A pleasant day to everyone. This is Raini P. Ibrahim, the first reporter on Lesson 17, and welcome to JED 103 with a description of teaching social studies in the elementary grades. So, before we proceed in our discussion, let me show you a quote. This quote was by Theodore Sturgeon. You have to study your field and you have to find out how other people do it. And you have to keep working and learning and practicing and ultimately you will be able to do it. So why we need to find out how other people do it? Okay, example. As a future student, we we have a course called field studies. Okay, we need it because we need to find out how teachers, how the staffs in the school do their job and their work for the students to learn. And we have to have an actual experience and we have to practice what we have learned in that situation, and definitely we will be able to do it. So a field study is useful. Okay, we really need to study our future field. Okay, so uh, our lesson for today is all about field studies. Okay, so I am the first reporter and please listen carefully. Okay, so there will be five lesson content for this discussion. First, field studies. What is field studies? Okay. The second is the difference between field studies and the field trips. Why? Because these two words have been used interchangeably. So the third one is the benefits of field studies in both teachers and students. Okay, so the field studies has a benefits both in teachers and students. Okay, the first one is why do we use field studies? Okay, why do we use it? Okay, lastly is the challenges in field studies. Okay, okay, let's proceed on what is field studies. Okay, let me ask you a question. Does learning only happens in the four corners of the classroom? No, because we can learn even outside the classroom. Okay, so what is field studies? According to the book, field studies are learning experiences outside the four corners of the classroom. So why does it do outside the four corners of the classroom? Because there are instances that we cannot learn just by watching the videos or seeing pictures. Okay? So, example is hindi ka pwedeng mag-opera ng isang pasyente sa pamamagitan ng panonood lamang ng isang video, right? No, we we must see the actual learning or the actual experiences of the people that have been doing this job, right? Okay, so second, it enable learners to personally gather and analyze data in their own context. So as what I have said earlier, the learners will able to have an actual observation on what they have chosen degree. So what they have chosen that they want to be in the future. No, they will be they would able to gather and analyze some experiences on their own. Okay. Lastly, in a nutshell, field studies provides the learning experiences that transcend a regular classroom through direct experiences and observation. So, as what I have said earlier, there are instances that the teacher cannot teach a certain topic in a classroom that can be learned by the outside of the classroom, wherein the students can personally experience it. Okay, para mas maintindihan natin yung lesson, let us differentiate the difference between the field studies and the field trips. Okay, so there are two columns, no? Dalawang boxes, which is the field trips and the field studies. Okay, and on the field studies, it is a reality-based contest rather than mediated by videos or books. So, what do you mean by this? Okay, no? Diba? Sa definition pa lang, actual na experience and actual observation, no? Hindi siya nakadepende sa libro or pagbabasa ng libro. So, it is a reality-based and actual experience. While sa field trips, no, the school campus, the school vicinity, in a local museum, and many other places, which last for several hours. So, ito yung field trips, no, from the world trips, no, sasakay pa sila ng mga sasakyan or iba pang ano para lang makapunta sila sa isang lugar. Example is yung sa history, no, yung noong face to face, no, history na pupunta pa sila sa ibang lugar para lang mabisita yung museum. Okay, so let us go back in the field studies, no. Rivers, government offices, supermarkets, and even inside the school campus, field studies can happen. So, no? So, example is sa supermarkets, no? Kunwari, isa kang student siya sa business or management, basta related siya sa about sa business. Okay, no? O, yung iba is pupunta sila sa supermarkets para kunwari is mag-interview or mag-observe kung ano ba yung ginagawa nila doon. So, sa field trips, no? Long distance trips such as going to National Museum or any other related places, no? Yun nga, long distance siya and maglala siya for several hours. Okay, so let us move on to the benefits of field studies in both teachers and the students. So, hindi lang ang teacher ang magbe-benefit sa field studies, kundi pati rin yung students. So, let us first discuss on the teachers. Okay, there are three benefits of field studies on the teachers. Okay, the first one is the optimum benefit of field studies to teachers is that it allows the learners to target a wide range of learning competencies. Okay, so kung yung objective ng teacher is ganito, so talagang mamimit niya yun as long as maganda rin yung kinalabasan ng field studies. Okay? Mas yung student, dahil nga sa actual talaga siya, no? Mas maiintindihan nila yung discussion, yung topic na gusto mong ipaalam sa kanila. Okay? Okay. Second, no, it allows teachers to employ authentic tasks that are reflective of the curriculum. So, ang field studies, sa paggawa niyo ng field studies, no, naka-align rin ito sa curriculum. Okay. The third one is, according to Manner 2018, no, the series of excursions add new educational perspectives through teachable students that are rarely happen in the classroom. So, di ba yung sabi ko kanina, no, merong mga instances na hindi lang matutunan ng students sa classroom kundi sa actual na pangyayari. Okay, that these are the teachable as to moments. Okay. Let us proceed now to the students. Okay. First one is, it gives the learners a taste of the outside world, which allows to clearly see what happens in their community, no? Hindi naman pwede na yung student is nakastuck lang sa four corners of the classroom, no? It would give the learners a taste of the outside world, no? Para malaman rin nila kung ano ba yung nangyayari. Hindi yung nakadepende lang sa videos or pagbabasa ng libro. Okay? It has a limited, no? Students, we as a students must also be aware on what happens on our surroundings. Okay. Second, it creates learning opportunities that promote critical thinking, long-term retention, positive attitude towards subjects, appreciation, and increased curiosity. So, why it promotes critical thinking, no? Because doon din masasagutan kung bakit ganito, bakit ganyan, no? So, long-term retention. Okay, so, dahil nga na-expose tayo doon sa actual na pangyayari, no? Na we have an actual experience, so, mas maglalas yung ating matutunan doon. No? So, positive attitude towards subjects. Okay. So, dahil nga sa na-experience natin, so, ganito pala siya. Ganito pala yun. Okay. Appreciation. Ma-appreciate mo siya. Hindi yung dahil lang sa panonood ng videos or pagbabasa ng libro. No? Ma-appreciate mo kung paano ba gawin yung ganitong bagay, and it increase curiosity, no? So, dahil nga na-answeran na yung mga what if ng mga estudyante, or yung ano ba yung hindi nila natutunan, no? Pag na-answeran na nila yun, mas makakurious pa sila. Okay. Lastly, moreover, cognitive development and student motivation are also enhanced because they become active participants in planning up to the activity itself. Okay, so why does teachers use field studies? Why do we use field studies? Okay, first, it provides experiential learning, no? Diba sa definition pa lang na actual experiences and observation, no? Field studies offer an opportunity to witness objects and events not accessible at school. No, not accessible kasi ito nga is reality based. Hindi siya nakadepende lang. Reality siya, an actual experience, an actual observation, direct contact. It means nandun talaga yung estudyante, and observation encourage more concrete learning experience than merely showing videos or images, no? Diba yung sinabi ko kanina? Okay. Second, it targets specific skills and knowledge. Being able to experience things provides learner an opportunity to practice skills and appreciate values that cannot surface elsewhere. So, yun nga, dahil nga sa nagkakaroon siya na idea na ganito pala yung dapat na gawin ko, hindi pala ganito. Hindi sa lahat ng bagay, no, magdepende sa theory. So, we must also have our own experience o kung paano siya i-handle yung situation. Okay, so the third one, it strengthens a schema. The experiences in the field would stimulate higher understanding, no? Diba? Mas maiintindihan ng student yung gusto ng teacher na ipaalam sa mga estudyante, and appreciation of previously learned concepts by means of validation. Okay, the fourth one is it motivates values development. Exposure to a phenomenon stimulates appreciation and concern for the visited event or place. Okay, so let us proceed now to what are the challenges in field study. So what do you think are the challenges? Okay, very good, no? Pwede rin dito yung money, yung financial, kasi hindi lahat ng student are pareho ng status, no? There are students that are poor and there are students are rich. Okay, so the first one is the curriculum alignment, no? One of the most defeated purposes of field trips is its curricular relevance. Okay, so curriculum alignment. Example, ito yung topic is about sa history, pero ang ginawa nila is ibang field studies ang ginawa nila. Imbes na sa about sa history, ang ginawa nila is about sa math or the science. So, the teacher must align the using of field studies on the curriculum. Okay, no? Sometimes, if not most of the time, the curriculum aspect is replaced by leisure engagement. To ensure curriculum alignment, teacher must truly plan. Yeah. Yes, the teacher must plan. Hindi yung gagawa lang siya ng ganito, magpapa-field studies siya, pero hindi siya naka-align sa curriculum. and execute the desired learning outcomes before any other purposes. So, it must also target the learning outcomes kung ano ba yung gusto mong mangyari sa student. Kung ano yung gusto nilang matutunan at the end of the lesson. Okay. Okay. The second one is the lack of understanding of field studies. So, before ka mag-conduct ng field studies, alamin mo muna kung ano yung field studies, kung ano ba yung kailangan sa field studies, and if it's aligned in the curriculum, no? Kung pwede, kung ma-target rin na kung ano yung learning outcome. Okay? Before conducting the activity, teachers must ensure that their learners have fully understand the nature and purpose of the field studies. No, hindi lang yung teacher as well as the students kung ano ba yung field studies. So, ano nga ba yung purpose ng field studies. Okay. Failure to do so can contribute to the downfall of the activity. So, ano pa yung silbi ng field studies kung hindi rin naman alam ng student, no? Hence, as part of the preparation, teachers should teach the essential kickstart concept of the learners. Okay. So, the third one, ano nga ba yung pangatlo? Okay. Third one, yes, sa picture pala makikita na, no? Costly, no? Field studies, no? Ang mahirap rin sa field studies is yung pera, no? Financial requisite is the biggest problem in this teaching strategy. Now, this is also the reason why teachers tend to engage in virtual field trips rather than actual site visits, no? That's why some teachers, no, mas gusto nila yung virtual na field trips. Kunwari, nandito daw sila sa gantong lugar kaysa sa actual. Because sa actual, iba pa yung pagkain ng student, iba pa yung pamasahe, yung sasakyan, di ba? Okay, so let's proceed to the fourth one. The preparation time. Okay, why? Because field studies requires much time. From preparation up to the classroom discussion and the assessment. While it is very important, it is also a fact that it could interrupt other teaching schedules. Oh, okay. Example, in this day, dito mangyayari yung field studies, no? So, paano kung meron silang activities sa ibang subject that time and the exam? So, the teachers must also know the schedule. The teacher must really be prepared, no? This now anticipates for necessary adjustments in teaching hours and topic. No. So, it needs to adjust, no? Hindi lang sa preparation. Magkatapos mo mag-prepare, no? You need to adjust too. Okay. Lastly is the safety, no? What if the students, no? We must, the teachers, no? Must also know the safety of the students, no? This is the most debated issue among others. In recent years, we had witnessed various events where student safety became the talk of the town, no? Kung naalala nyo, no? Merong na-aksidente, maraming nasabi dahil dito sa teaching strategy na ito, no? Merong talagang nangyayari na hindi kanais-nais, no? And this is one of the most debated issue. This resulted in the passing of government and institutional policies, no? This is why, no? Yung ibang school, no, hindi nila pinopromote yung gantong setup. The others do not want this, no? Recently, the Department of Education lifted the moratorium on off-campus activities and implemented new guidelines that adhere K-12 demands to ensure safety. To ensure safety, all schools must abide by its provisions. So we must follow na yung mga new guidelines. Okay. No? So I hope you have really learned something, and kindly check the handouts because meron ding naka-attach doon na quiz for this lesson. And thank you and wassalam.